What up, though, and welcome to the Retired Hood Rat Podcast. It's your girl, comedian T.Barb in the building. Detroit is different, and we have another amazing show. Don't remember, the Retired Hood Rat Podcast is about where you want to go and people's stories and all of those things that motivate you to retire, even though we know relapse is a part of recovery. Yes. You know about that. I am your host, and we are in the building. We have an amazing guest for you today and an amazing topic. Let me ask you this: are we superficial, or are looks important? And when we say important, does it mean, is it important in a superficial manner? Is it important because it makes you feel better to look a certain way? We will discuss how looks affect our life. And we have your girl, the one and only Terri of Sugarcoated Empire in the building. Stylist.
Hello,
Okay.
hello. Hey, thank you for having me.
Hey, and retired hood rat herself, I'm sure. Mackenzie Stagg, my high school, in the building. So we'll talk about some styling stuff. What up, though, Terri? What up, though?
What's going on? What's going on? What you want to know? Ask me, I tell.
Terri does not only styling, but what else? You're
I'm
esthetician.
a licensed esthetician. I specialize in corrective skincare.
Okay.
Also a tax preparer, a plethora of other things. So put my fingers in it. I make magic with it.
Let's do it. We're gonna talk about magic and all of that stuff shortly. If this is your first time joining the show, you know that I start with the retired hood rat word of the day, which is my chance to be the Ayanla of the ghetto. And then after that, we get off into our hood rat prayer, and we gonna talk to Terri, find out a little bit more about her, and delve right into the topic, because I want to know, are we superficial, or are looks just that important? Is that something that's been through humanity? Does beauty make a difference? Is natural better than artificial?
Ooh,
Um, those are a lot of questions. And in today's world, baby, where anybody can look any way or do anything, it's important to talk about it. So it is time for the retired hood rat word of the day. If you are watching us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, and like the show, subscribe, share it with your friends. All your retired hood rats, all your auntie mafias, only in Detroit, all of those. Share it, and tell people about the Retired Hood Rat podcast, because we're gonna be talking. This is how we transforming lives. And in today's world, since we were talking about transformative lives, well, not we. I just said that. I did. Um, let's talk about transformation, and how when you are transforming, that means that everything else around you is transforming as well. That means that your friends are transforming, your mate is transforming, your lifestyle, your budget, your credit, your parenting style. In order for you to transform, those things must transform as well. Is no way that you can go to another level and expect things from level one to remain at level one. That's just not the way it works. You know what I mean? I'm an auntie. So I come from that Super Nintendo era. Remember? You was level one, level two. Then after you got to level 12, it was like another world two. And then you do 27 levels in that one. It was designed for you to play that shit all day. Listen,
all day.
anybody, if you finish Mario, you the champ. But I digress. Each level required something different. This level you might have to jump. This level you might get Yoshi when you played this game. Boom, Auntie Word, you know that's if you know Yoshi. But the point being is that with each level, it was something different. So that means, and a lot of times, if you wanted to play a different game, you might even have to get a whole new console So it's the same way with life. If you're thinking about an analogy, a retired rat analogy, is that everything don't go. I can't put a PlayStation 1 game in a PlayStation 5. It's not going to work. That's because the game is leveled up. The graphics has leveled up. They don't even allow those type of games to be played anymore. So it's the same thing in your life. As you are transforming or trying to turn into the person, or not even turning into the person. Because I'm checking my own self on my language at times and trying to remind myself that the language that I use is what I become. So if I'm constantly negative and down, then that's what my life will be consumed with. If I'm always on the phone with such and such and all they doing is gossiping all day, then that means that my time will start to be consumed as a gossiper. Versus if I'm around someone that they building all day. All day we talking about how we gonna make the next move. Hey, they telling me about a program for my son and my son can go to. They're telling me about maybe where I can get a better deal. I'm telling them where they can get some good food and maybe giving some tips. Say boil some ginger. All of those things start to add. So if I'm up here and I want to do these things in my life, let's say I want to work out, eat better, my friends around me that and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying being wrong with that, but I'm saying your everyday action
Yeah.
has to be what you want to be. It can't be this they eat burgers all day, every day. I eat burgers, but not every day, all day. Because then I'm going to start to lean that way. Versus if I say, hey, you want to work out together? And they're like, hey, every once in a while, or encouraging that. So be as you transform. Remember, when a caterpillar goes to a butterfly, it sheds that.
And
It no longer walks around, it flies around. It can't walk around like it did in the beginning. So transformation requires not only transformation of yourself, but transformation of those things that are around you. And that is the retired hood rat word of the day. Ding, 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 ding. Can I get some sound effects? Boom, 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 boom. Give me something in the building. Hey, and so it is T.Barb Retired Hood Rat Podcast on Detroit is Different. Make sure you click like and subscribe to my YouTube
amen.
channel, Comedian T.Barb. Today's topic, are we superficial or are looks important? We have our special guest in the building, Terri G of Sugarcoated Empire.
Hey, hello, hello.
What up, though?
What's going on?
Okay,
Okay.
so Terri, let me ask you this. First, what is Sugar Coated Empire and what is it that you do, Terri?
Okay, so Sugarcoated Empire started off as an affordable women's boutique, but it became an umbrella for different things now, like a platform of affordable things. So I want to start off with skincare, and I want to go into promoting people that is, hmm, don't have it but got it. You get what I'm saying? Because everything is costing now, and it shouldn't cost. And I guess that's where the superficial part come in. And I guess that's where we separate ourselves from real and superficial. So, Sugarcoated Empire is the empire. It's gonna be an empire,
Um, Absolutely. So, Sugar, so you say it started as a women's boutique. So,
affordable.
are you an entrepreneur? So, you work for yourself, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And what all do you do under the helm of that? Tell us a little bit about how you got started working for yourself and in the styling, in the fashion industry. I was about to make up my own in the styling.
Well, I started off working, Cena, and my mom got sick, and I wanted to do something else that wasn't so emotional. So of course I was into fashion, and I quickly got into it. And I had friends that wanted fashion and affordable fashion. So and then I got into styling, and it became a passion and love. And it started off with my friends and quickly to a boutique, and then I started styling for certain movie sets and little sitcoms, and then it's starting to grow, and it grew into another passion, me liking cosmetics and skincare. With my daughter having acne, I wanted to learn how to wanted her to overcome that because skin depression is real. So it became it. I started with the skincare line, and now I'm starting with styling and skincare, and I'm learning that I can't be all over the place with things. So I'm trying to stick to one thing or two things right now. So I'm sticking to the styling and skincare.
So even when we talk about looks, skin, people don't think about that. The first thing they think when they think looks is sometimes they think about whether they feel like a nose is chiseled or eyes are shaped this way. But a lot of people have issues with the way they look as far as skin, and that's the first thing you see when you look at a person.
And a lot of people think you gotta spend money to look good, and you don't. It's a lot of things you can do, but you just gotta be you gotta stay on it. You can't just think one thing gonna happen. You can do one thing and it's gonna happen for you. Know you gotta stay on top of yourself, and that's an everyday thing with styling too. You gotta stay on top of yourself. You can't just do one thing and think it's gonna work. You gotta keep it going, because style changes every day.
So when you say, okay, so as a stylist and also a skincare person, you say you don't have to spend that money. And the illusion today is that, okay, it has to have a name, a Gucci, or Rucci, or a Stone Jungle, or Retired Hood Rat, only in Detroit. I see you rocking the gear, shout out to my friends.
And
But there are ways to style yourself without spending that money,
it def-
right?
it definitely is. Like, for instance, well, all our friends are coming out with brands. So our neighbors are coming out with brands, and them should be our new name brands.
Yeah.
Why? And you could style them. You could cut them up. We got friends that's cutting up shirts. We got friends that's tie dyeing shirts. You can make your own style today, so affordable. So it is a thin line between superficial and real nowadays, because some people think name brand make you, and I guess that's another topic. Do name brands make you? Personally, I don't think so. I think affordable is the way to go. Natural is, to me, is the way to go.
No, no, definitely. I think that you can get away with doing things without spending money. You most definitely can, but it takes a person who's willing to do that. And I think with the pressure to wear those brands, and it's a lot of people that wear brands that's still not stylish. So I know a lot of people that are drip from head to toe in designer, and it just don't look good. You like, huh? What's it?
Because they
Yeah,
all
okay.
over the place with it. And
Yeah,
these,
like, too many patterns.
so when you see people that wear too many patterns, too many labels, do you think they trying to impress somebody? Is that something that make that be my question? Like, does that make you feel good that you have all these brands on, or a certain brand?
I think that some people yes and some people no. So that goes to, do you think that people are, especially styling in the industry, and then especially in the Detroit industry? I know I have listeners all across, the country, but in Detroit now we're doing so many films, and we're really being recognized, and Detroiters have a tendency to be superficial. So how is it on the sets? And how do you feel about the trends, and what do you see out there in that Detroit fashion world? And is it superficial?
Ooh, hmm, I might get in trouble. uh, it is very superficial. My opinion, it is very superficial. Yeah, because people want to be popping, people want to be known, and I guess if they feel like they can't be seen, they can't be noticed if they not heard with these blah brand names on. And I think I'm just as noticed. I'm not a name brand person. I get just as noticed with all my friends wearing my friends' brands or certain things. So the things that I see out here, like being on set, some people come to work and they'll just do their job, and then some people, it's a you can't even work with them because you can't satisfy them.
Mm. I mean, and what you mean you can't satisfy them? Give us a little example. Give us a little taste.
Because it could be something that your character is supposed to wear, but because of how they feel and what they how they have been seen out here, if it's something that they don't like, they feel like they're not supposed to wear it. It,
Mm.
it could be a back and forth thing for a minute. I have had that. It
So
could be.
you think that, so I don't even want to say that. So basically what it is that on the Detroit scene, you have people that can be so superficial that they don't even want to get into character. They still want to be them, their fresh, fly selves, not understanding that this is more about a role and a character than it is about you. So
And then
basically, somebody here wouldn't play like a crackhead or something like that for a serious acting role, Emmy or
some
something like that.
no, some of them would, because we got a lot of real people here. We
Hmm.
got a lot of real people here that will jump into that character, jump into that even in their own clothes. So you know, we do. I wouldn't take that away. Detroit is jack of all trades, so you just got your handful that some is just hard to work with. Some is
Okay.
to me.
I mean, it's so hard to work with is not wearing. So on a set, if an actor doesn't wear what you're told to make them wear, who gets in trouble? You or them?
Well, I ain't never really. I had the back and forth, but not nobody not wear it. So I could say
Okay.
that part. Because
Okay. So
I'm
you've
good.
gotten them.
I'm like, I'm not hard to work with. So we can laugh about it and be like, oh, okay, let me go and put this on. So
Okay. Yeah. So I'm glad with that. And so in styling, what made you get started in that? If because most stylists are pretty superficial. So tell me, do you consider yourself a superficial person, and how did you get into that industry?
I love to dress, and dressing makes you feel amazing. It's a boost of confidence. I started off working in dots, and I worked in rainbows and no commission. And I've always had every person tell me you should work for commission, because I've always sold, make sure I oversold, and just I always made a sale. And it just it wasn't about the clothes. It was about when the person put it on. It was like the compliments they got. And so it wasn't just the outfit they bought more because I made them feel. And it's just, I just like, I like the boost of confidence. I like to turn somebody day around.
Okay. So I will agree that, depending on how you look and and the look for me does not have to do with the brand, even though brands are a part of the culture. So I too indulge in brands, but I am glad that as a black woman that black people are starting to buy more black items and support more minority owned and even small owned businesses as well, because those are the places where our dollars are recycled, and we are the only community that doesn't recycle their dollars. Every other community recycles the dollars 5 to 10 times, and we don't even always make it once. So to continue, like you said, to make those brands, like I went to Glamaholic today. It's my first time going. I mean, shout out to Mia Ray. I see her stuff everywhere. It's popular, it's popping. And I just wanted to go in and just support and say, okay, well, if I want to give me a luxury small bag, then, and I bought one of her all leather, one of her original ones that sorry, I know I'm vegan, but I still I want to carry some real leather sometimes, shout out to the vegan leather. I feel it,
Lights
because
out.
sometimes you want to feel that softness. Want to make sure this cow, all the parts was used. They made the burger, but what they do with the skin anyway? Why they trying to tell you vegan this and that? They killing these cows at record. With leather should be everywhere. I'm sorry, like you eating the meat, they're gonna tell me don't touch no. Anyway, listen. I ain't trying to beef with Peter, so I'm gonna let it go. I promise I am.
Hmm.
I'm just saying, I want to be like the Inuit way, the Native American way, where they use every part of the animal. Saw them bones down and make some type of cleaning dust. Everything. Won't want nothing to be in vain. It's the Retired Hood Rat Podcast. Are we superficial or are looks important? Um, what are some of your what are some of your everyday low end styling tips that you think give that look or that professional polish that the everyday person can use?
Well, everyday sleep, as far as starting from the top of the head, always have a clean cut or a clean look. Don't go so. If you do straight, let your hair be straight, but let it be a clean, shiny, never dull. When we get to the shirt, let it be something that makes you pop. Sometimes pleats in all black makes you pop. Don't go too much, too polka dot, too much, too what's the word I'm looking for? Stripes. Always keep it clean, cut one color. If you do one color, go with the shoes, go with the purse and the jacket. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, I do. I love me a solid, and that's for men and women. If you
Hmm.
wear the all black and you might wear the pink, blazer with the pink purse and the pink shoes. And I've seen guys do it with the green. I mean, it really does. That is a good tip. What about resale stuff? How do you feel about the resale culture?
I love resale because I do a lot of give backs. A lot of my friends are fly, and a lot of the people are dope out here, and a lot of people is giving away a lot of. So if you go to the right resale and take the time and just skim through it, you can put some stuff together. You can put some really nice dope pieces together. In my
I
opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I agree with that too. And I do know, cause I give a lot of things away. How do you feel about celebrities being seen in the same outfit twice?
They human. Oh, why not? Gonna wear mine twice. I might wear it 4 times. That yeah, it depending on where I'm going. Like, yeah, why not? I ain't. It's not saying I'm broke because I got it. So if I want to wear it, like she said, I'm a brush cottonish motherfucker. You gonna see me in it.
But you know what? I think the everyday person kind of passes judgment. You know what I mean? When a person is seen in the same thing over and over and they're considered a celebrity.
And what kind of person really passes judgment? Can you wear the same thing twice? Like, why are you passing judgment?
I mean, that's a good viewpoint, but I think that has happened. Have you ever seen that on a styling job where someone is passing judgment because they don't feel like they're fly enough?
I see that every day. People, your nose is getting turned up every day at the flyest person, and then at the bummiest person. Everybody taste is so different, and today is weird. So what I might wear is normal to me, and somebody else might be like, "Why you got that on? Looking like Wednesday?" But my Wednesday normal to me is normal.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a viewpoint, and I've seen people discriminate. What about funky people? Tell me about who is fresh and funky.
Why don't funky people know they're funky? That's the question. Like I have walked and worked with some people to where I wanted to plug my nose, and I'm like, if I plug my nose, they gonna know I'm talking about them. But you funky, so I don't understand that part. It be
Come on, who, what, where, when, and how?
pungent, like stinky pungent. You're trying to get me in trouble, huh? You're trying to make somebody
Who,
inbox.
what, where,
Now
when,
you
and how?
know.
At least give us a little bit. You ain't gotta give us the whole thing.
Uh-uh.
Detroit movie set.
And okay, my boutique, my first boutique. I had
Okay.
couple customers come in there and try on some outfits that I could not resell. That it had oh
Uh.
yeah, like
Oh, you tried to veer from that movie set real quick. Like, I said Detroit movie. Let me tell you about this boutique.
oh yes.
I was just trying to say you ain't have to say who. You could have just maybe gave the movie name. Who
Mm.
knows who's on there funky? Only the people there will know.
I
But if
love
you
all my people I work with. I love y'all so much.
okay, so everybody's been fresh that you work with on a movie set. Yes or no?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, is that a truthful yes or a Maury Povich yes?
That's a more approach, yes.
Okay, all
Mm.
right. We getting a little closer. I'm getting my Wendy Williams on. I'm like, we want the dirt
Oh
today.
God. It wasn't a female, it was a guy.
I can believe that. Do you find that men are a little funkier than women in general?
Shoot. It look 50 right now. I
Huh?
honestly it's neck and neck. Because
Okay.
been around some women who look amazing but smell like why you smell like that? So and then I've been around some guys that like dog he look fly and be like, what the hell? So it's 50-50 because I've been around both crowds and I'm just like, dude,
Whoo, not the amazing. Woo. Mm,
it be
mm.
the ones so it be sometimes it be the ones you would never think and you be like, yeah, it's you.
Woo. Oh my god. I mean, I- you know, I know some funky funk ducks. And I like you said, I think that I was just on Rodney Perry's radio show and he made a statement that I had to kind of agree with. He said no matter what, no man's butt is clean like that. So
Mm,
he was just saying that any woman that would do that to a man is pretty nasty because even the cleanest guy has a bad day. And I just thought about I don't even want to put my sunglasses, but I just thought about living with a boy and just thinking, whoa. So I can only imagine some of them. So your stylist people get clothes. Have you ever got some clothes back? I mean, and not even just in a boutique where you was like, oh, this is over. Maybe a little something in the seat or something.
I had a one yeah. It was a one piece, yeah, that I threw in the garbage. But I'm like, why would you get it back to me? Why didn't you just take it home?
What was wrong with it? I mean, was it a yeasty? Was it some dookie?
I don't think I don't like to wear underclothes.
Okay, it was a little catfish.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
that's sad.
like catfish. It wasn't even a smell. It was just like she was little
Little
discharge.
secretions.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. You gotta wear some drawers and a panty liner. Woman. I'm sorry I'm giving away. I'm just saying you need to go to the doctor, but a Joy Road, I told you I'm a retired hood rat. Maybe not me, maybe several people I know, a lot of people I don't know. But I know if something going on, you better wear a full seated panty drawers and put a panty liner in it, full seated. Not boy shorts, not a thong, just a full seated regular 7 for 7 Hanes Walmart underwear.
Please. And if you don't, hit me up. The pH balance soap that is amazing for some situations. Might not cover all situations, but it will get you in order.
Get you in order today and tomorrow. Do 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 do. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot. So with skin, so you got off in the skin, licensed esthetician. We know a lot of people that are starting their own things, and you're doing some body sculpting
Yes.
services and some waxing. Tell me a little bit, how did you start sculpting? Because I know that's like the thing that's going around these days.
Okay, so it's non-invasive, no surgery. So that is what I really, really, really why I wanted to get into it. So I could do it on some of the things on myself. So body sculpting. What can I say? What can I say? Like it's for lazy people, and it's for lazy people to be educated. And now it's just like, oh, I could do this, and it's a healthy lifestyle to start and to start small to get into. So I
Okay.
started, it's a healthy thing. It was a healthy turn to get into.
Okay. And so those are services that sculpt the body. Does it make a difference a person's size to get
No,
those services? Is it just anybody?
I can Brazilian hand massage anybody at least up to 300 pounds. Yes, I
And
just need
what's a Brazilian hand massage?
that helps manipulate the fat. You know what I'm saying? The cells in you to help you my words again, to help you drain out the waste through sweat or pee or boo boo or whatever. It helps you to contour your body in that 1 hour session. But you must. It's I'm 50%, and then the rest is you. You must be able to change some things with your lifestyle. As far as water, you must be ready to be on a healthy lifestyle for at least 48 hours. If you can't do 48 hours, body contouring is not for you.
Mm, okay. Well, I mean, water is something I think that people underplay. And like you were saying, as far as skin, that's a big thing with looks. Let me ask you this here. You're in, obviously, the looks business. Are looks important, and how important are they?
Okay, what you mean when you say looks?
I mean, when you hear looks, what do you think? The way a person looks. And if you take that and kind of define it the way you think about it.
Looks are important. Not when I say looks, not your physical, not your what you was born, how you look, but your appearance, your looks are important because a lot of people judge a book by a cover. So yeah, I think looks are important.
But do looks define a person?
No.
Some people say it's all in presentation, and that's because that's what you see first. Is the way a person looks, is a person aesthetics. And let me ask you this, do you have a type? And do you think there's anything wrong with a person saying they only want to date a lighter, fairer skinned person or darker skinned person, or they have a preference to what they're attracted to?
Um, I don't know. Well, do I got a type? At my age, do I have a type? I'm not gonna say I have a type. I know what I don't like. I can say that much.
So you don't have a type, but you know what you don't like.
Right.
What don't you like? Hot seat.
I don't like short guys. I don't like skinny. I don't like over like I don't like I could tell when you overdoing it. And a lot of guys out here got what you call fronts. Like they like to wear hats like your joke with the hats and glasses and that's so I like somebody who's down to earth. I like a man. I like if you could make me laugh and feel good and safe and comfortable. I'm not gonna say I like a ugly man because that's not attractive to me. You know, bedroom issues. So I like me a man.
You like you a manly. So it's not about looks. You feel like it's more about. I, you know what? I'm gonna have to disagree and play devil's advocate. And I only say that because how you know that man do all that before you look at him and say, "Oh, okay, I could
Okay,
see this."
ugly. So if you not I candy to me, of course I'm not even about to entertain you because
I mean, it's some of them that's just flaming. Come on now. We know that there are some, when a guy maybe doesn't like you, you know what I'm saying? When I say don't like you, I ain't talking about his friends. When you're not his type. But sometimes you don't know if a guy is manly or not.
that is very, very true. And shit. Can I say shit on here?
Yeah, you can say what you want. We're on YouTube. We're on YouTube.
Whoo, Jesus. Life. It is tricky out here with the dating scene nowadays. Extremely careful because you will get catfish right before your freaking eyeballs. So I'm the wrong person to ask that right now because fool, the pickings is slim.
The pickings is slim. We definitely know that. Can we get a want, want, want? I don't know if we got that one, but we might have that little. Hit one. Let me see it.
Is you
Oh,
see?
that ain't it. That's happy. We gotta get around because you make my own sound effects. Because I do agree the pickings are slim and you'll get catfish, but I don't know if it's the look. Even though those men's is wearing those weaves, how do you feel about the man weave right now? Would you date a guy with a man weave, Terry?
That's so superficial. Like,
I mean, the question is, are we superficial? And I see that now men are doing things that women used to traditionally do, as far as the way that they look and the manscaping. And before, you just had a barbaric man, he come out. If you see him in a suit here and there, it's like, he's polished. Now it's like you getting your nails done, guy getting his manicure, the bags, the facials. I mean, they're just doing a lot of different things that women used to do. So, and now we have some weaves. So, I mean, I ain't saying that, I'm just saying things are changing. How do you feel about the man weave?
big no, 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 no. Why? Why would you? Why would you want to get a man weed? Why? Just. I don't know. That's a question I would want to ask a man that is a man. Cause can you be a man and want to freaking fucking weave? That's like make it make sense. I don't. Mm, yeah, no. That's a
Obviously, it's a no. I'm just saying, you be in the house with your man, and I guess he do the same thing. Might touch your hair, some might come out. So you touch his hair, you run your hands through his head, and you feel a track. So I guess it's payback, ladies. Us bitches is getting paid back. Okay, for
or no.
everybody that never came in and had some booty draws on, a stuffed they bra or anything like that, the men is back. Okay. I was at Macy's
Mm,
a
mm,
couple
mm.
weeks ago, and this guy came into the counter and full dye, black dye job. I'm talking about no hair attached to it. His scalp was just black. I don't know if it was tattooed on there, but he had drew a
Oh,
whole head full of hair on his head. And then I'm talking about, it was tight. It wasn't no fuzz. It wasn't no nothing. Just dye on scalp.
and then see, I blame some women because some women entertain that, and they
Okay.
make some man like that feel like you look good. No, bro, that is wrong. That's wrong.
Show is. Show
I ain't
is.
like, that's the question. Like, what made you do that? What was you in between?
What was you in between? I don't know. It's the Retired Hood Rap Podcast. I'm your girl, comedian T.Barb, in the building. We are on with Terry of Sugarcoated Empire,
Hey,
stylist, esthetician,
text
waxer,
body.
tax preparer, And since she is in that industry and styling on Detroit movie sets and different, she styled on a project I did. Are you superficial or are looks important? You gave a everyday tip, solid colors. I mean, solid outfit with colors. Can you give us an everyday skin tip for someone who may be struggling and doesn't have a bunch of money, especially since you are an esthetician and you do specialize in skincare?
Well, since it's the winter time, so best thing to do, like, keep yourself hydrated. A good over the counter mask, get you an aloe vera and bust that baby down, open it up, let it sit on your face for about 10 minutes until you feel it getting tight. Remove it with a hot towel. That is the best hydrator. Anybody with hyperpigmentation, you can take the aloe vera and get a little turmeric, a tad bit of turmeric, mix it, just the mask, and let it sit. Whatever moisturizer you using at this time, let it be a cream base, nothing gel, nothing that you feel is gonna dry you out. And wash in the morning and twice at night. And that's it. Oh, and SPF at this time too, because the UV rays is much harsh than the sun this time of year too. So that's my tip. Oh, and book me at Massage Green in Allen Park.
Go ahead, girl. She's like, I'm gonna get that plug in. Work life balance. Work life balance. That's we always like to top it off towards the end with the work life balance tip. Terry, you're a mom, you're a business owner, you have your side gig, you're styling, you're doing assisting and doing so many different things. How do you manage that? What's your work life balance? What are some work life
Mm,
balance tips?
1 second at a time. I've learned to now not put too much on my plate. And 1 second at a time. You gotta take at least 20 minutes out your day in the morning, quiet time, and to plan some things out, and that's it. Just one thing at a time, 1 second at a time. Don't overdo it.
Don't overdo it.
Handle. That's it.
Okay. You said don't overdo it. Um, wow, it's a lot going on. Sugar Coated Empire. How can they support you, get in touch with you, follow you, and all that stuff?
You can support me by following me at Sugarcoated Empire on IG or Wealthy Faces underscore Body Mechanics on IG. I am there 24/7. Inbox me with any questions, anything. Oh, I have an event coming up December 23rd. Please check out Sugarcoated Empire. I need vendors.
And the event on the 23rd is hosted by myself and GMAC Cash. So make sure y'all pull up. It's gonna be at the complex, which is on Puritan, black owned venue. Vendor
Yes.
spots are so reasonable. So make sure you come on out. It's gonna be an amazing event. So get in touch with Terry. And how can they get in touch with you one more time?
Please contact me at 313-788-2030. Sugarcoated Empire on IG or Wealthy Faces underscore Body Mechanics on IG.
Let's get it. Thank you so much for pulling up Sugar Coated Empire.
Thank
Sugar
you.
coated, sugar coated, sugar coated, sugar
for
coated,
having
sugar coated
me.
Empire. Thank you so much. It's the Retire Hood Rat Podcast. It's your girl, comedian T.Barb on Detroit is Different. Make sure you stay tapped in. You can follow me on Instagram, which is I am T.Barb. That's I am T.Barb. You can go to my website, www.tbarbisfunny.com, YouTube channel, comedian T.Barb, and also on TikTok. You guessed it, comedian T.Barb. If you're on the metaverse every Thursday, I am in the Ladies of Comedy Museum in Horizon World. So you can come check me out. I host a show there. And I have shows coming up all over, including every last Wednesday of the month. Catch me at the Detroit House of Comedy every last Wednesday of the month, the Detroit House of Comedy. December 28th, we have a Damon Williams coming. So I hope you guys pull up. And let me tell you something. You can always retire from being a hood rat no matter what. Doesn't matter whether you're superficial or you think looks are important or not, as long as a discussion can be had. Sometimes we don't always have to agree. We can agree to disagree. And one day you might see me looking like a crackhead. And the next day you might see me looking like I got so much makeup on. You like, who is that? I turned into K Michelle. Okay. So I may do that. It don't matter. It's just about, can we have a discussion? Can we talk about it? And make sure, in my opinion, that you don't just completely rely on your looks. Because if something happens to you one day and that's not you, you got to still rely on your heart, your spirit, and your mind. Until next time, it's the Retired Hooray Podcast. Subscribe and like, y'all.